Good morning. How's everybody? Come on in and say hello. I am just sharing this around. So if you'll give me a minute, you know the drill. Lee says, I was first. Hi, Marion. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. I just saw my hubby, but always good to see him too. So come on in, say hi. I've shared this in a few groups. So most of you should know it's been like a year. So this is where I share some of my moments with getting closer to God, things that have happened in my life, things that hopefully will help you in your life. Um, Hopefully, you feel like you can relate. That always helps when you can relate, right? Um, and there's a lot going on today. So I'm going to share it with you. And I thought the devotional today was spot on. Can I just say spot on? Let me get to the. Hopefully I can see the. Hi GM. Yep, now I can see people. I couldn't see you at first. Hi Tammy. Good to see ya. So today brings a lot of things. Um, Today brings Starbucks Frappuccino. Okay, yes it does. Mocha. Yes it does. Um, so if you're here, good to have you here. Um, Shout out. Last week we had our first Avon Nation and my Learn and Earn with Molly and my team. We all got together and we did a Zoom together, and it was absolutely amazing. I learned so much from it. If you haven't seen it, it's up on YouTube. Make sure you visit it, okay? Let me see who else is here this morning. La 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 la. Let me see. We got Nita. Good morning, Nita. How are you? Okay, my computer's trying to act a little bit funny, so hopefully that's not gonna keep going. Hi, Steph. I see you, Sue Ann. Praise we found a way to work the van without paying for without paying for the repairs. That's great. Hi, Paula. I see you there. Somewhere along the line, hopefully this is going to keep going. Oh, there it is. It's deciding it wants to cooperate. My computer. Um, Tammy says it was amazing. It was. Hi, Carolyn. It was really, really good. I got to tell you, hi, Leslie. I felt like I'm going to age myself here in the Avon world, almost being in 20 years, but we used to all be able to get together at divisional meetings or even our district meetings. And I know we weren't really there to hug on one another, but it was so great just to see people and have my team see so many of you and have so many of you share your experiences, what's working, what's not working. We're going to do it again next Tuesday. And I am just over the moon. We had, what did we have, 78, 79 people on there? All time high for me, even though I have a team over 500. Um, to have that many people come in and just share, have my team share with them what they're doing. So I feel God moving in a lot of ways simply because I continue to do what He calls me to do, and that is to try to help people, whether it's in business, whether it's in life, whether it's maybe help them um, find their way to God or to experience something they haven't experienced before through my daily shares, because believe me, 60 years of me fighting and battling God and all of this, it's he's real, y'all. And there is so much that I've gone through in my business and in my life, that if it weren't for the good Lord and the people that He has put into my life, I'm not sure I would still be here for sure, but I am. But I am. So today, the devotional is about fear. Yeah, I can't either, Leslie. I am so excited to see everybody. It's been so long for me seeing my friends, my Avon family. It's time. It's time. I was able in January to see a lot of my leader and top representative friends that were there, but I just miss what convention brings, which it brings the heart of the company together. No lie, the heart of the company, all of you. Hi Tiff, good to see you. And so it's going to be a really, really, really good time. It really is. So let's get to this. What does this bring for me? Well, the date brings a lot. Today is July the 18th. Today is my mom's birthday. Uh, my mom, of course, is celebrating her birthday in heaven. So if I know my mom, she's probably cooking for everybody. That's just how I see it because that's what she did when she was down here. Um, and my mom went to heaven when she was 44. She was very young. And, cancer thought that it won, but in the end, she won because she's in a better place than ever. Kathy says, had your lung biopsy yesterday, don't know anything yet. Okay, Miss Kathy, we will definitely be praying about that. Everybody, please pray for Miss Kathy. There's a lot going on. I saw that Amy Webb had surgery and she's recovering. She did well, but she's not healing as fast as she'd like to because she's impatient. So keep her in your prayers. Of course, Denise, who was going through chemo, she's had two treatments so far, had a kind of mildly bad experience, but she got through it. And she is definitely trusting God through this one. So please keep her in your prayers. There are so many out there. Donna Greathouse's pastor friend Jeff. Love you, Tiff. Today brings another thing for me. So I thought it was kind of ironic. Today is my mom's birthday. And, we all know everybody runs to their mom when things are not so great, right? Like my kids always run to me. Like I don't know what they did for those few years. They weren't talking to me, but uh that's what people do. I mean, I truly believe that the mission that God gave moms is like huge. You know what I'm saying? It is absolutely huge. Um, this Today I also have to go to Wake Forest Baptist, and it is my yearly checkup on my kidney to make sure everything is okay, that there is nothing else going on, that there isn't anything new going on. And like about 4 days ago, like I started like stressing about this, but fearful stressing. Does that make sense? Like seriously fearful stressing. Like why is it that your brain just takes over and you think of all the things that could happen? Okay, well I had a mass on my kidney and they removed it and everything was good. Um it was such a miracle for many of you who don't know. In 2020, I went to the emergency room because I had a pain in my side. Because I had that pain in my side, they found a mass on my kidney that shouldn't have even been discovered yet. I had no symptoms. Shouldn't have had symptoms for maybe a couple of years. And that was definitely a move for God. But of course, I was scared to death. You know, cancer in my family is like a big deal. Like we have lost people um, in our family to cancer, and it started with my mom, which is never a good thing because like she was the glue that held my family together. And so anytime anybody heard it, you immediately go, oh no, I had a nephew who, died of cancer. And of course, my brother Mike had all kinds of health issues, but in the end, he had cancer too. Um, and, immediately you think, man, what is this going to be? Is this going to be, is this my time now? I mean, you think the craziest things, right? So for 4 days, I've been like, well, what if the other kidney now has something? Or what if my bladder does? Or maybe my liver? I mean, like, who tempts fate like that? Well, maybe they'll find something else. Maybe it could be another. I mean, I had it once. I could have it again. And I just, like, you talk about my head just spinning. Like, it has been spinning to where I have been so frustrated with myself over my anxiety. I have been so frustrated that I'm like, Molly, great example. You're like on here consistently telling people, lean into God, trust God, God's got this. Quit trying to pick up everything and handle it yourself and just let God handle it. I'm going, well, obviously my deductible hasn't been met. Oh no, here's another bill that's coming, 700 for this and 120 for the visit and then what if something else? And then there's what if? Stop it, Molly, stop it. And God just kind of sat there like I didn't feel him hollering at me. I didn't feel him yelling at me. I didn't feel him chastising me. But I immediately, like, especially this morning, I woke up earlier than normal and I, like, put on my worship music and read this chapter that I'm going to read to you guys. And I thought, and every song that came on was pretty amazing. Talking about he's always there. And let him carry the load for you. See, I'm not good at that. Not in life and definitely not with God. I am not good at that. I have always believed that I could fix everything. Anything that happens with my family, somebody mad at somebody, I'm going to fix it. Somebody needs something, I'm going to fix it. This happens, I'm going to fix it. Because I'm the fixer, right? But what I forgot a long time ago is there is a grand fixer. There is a master planner. There is someone who can use anything that happens in your life, no matter how scared you are, no matter how much you think you've got it. Sometimes that just gets exhausting. Something's going on with your kids, you want to fix it. Because that's what we do as moms, right? We fix it. Something's going on with your health and you try to do everything you can to be better with your health. And we should do all those things, right? We have a purpose here too. But somewhere in the unknown, you have to realize that there are some things that are completely out of your control. I even put this as far as into business. All of my girls who are on here with Avon, it's been tough. You know me, I'm honest. We have gone through so many changes, and it has been tough. But somewhere along the line, I have never, hey Denise, I have never felt like I needed to part ways with our company. Matter of fact, I have specifically prayed, God, if this is what you want, if something's going on here and you want me to shift to something else, God, hit me upside the head with a 2x4 and let me know. And every time I've asked that, and believe me, it's been many times, especially over the last couple of years, God does something like send some new representatives to me. He does something like somebody saying, Molly, if it weren't for me following you in business, Molly, I probably would have quit. Molly, do you realize that because of you, in Onward, no matter what, that if it hadn't have been for you drilling that in my head, Molly, I would have walked away, and I'm so happy that I haven't. People have told me that with their marriages, that they just kept working and kept at something, that just because it got hard, just because it gets uncomfortable, just because it gets scary, just because you're afraid, doesn't mean you should walk away. It doesn't. And some people have walked away and they've come back. And some people have walked away who were never on my team and they came back to my team. Or suddenly out of nowhere, 3, 4, 5, 10 new customers will show up, and I don't understand why they picked me. I know what they tell me, but I know something bigger. When I say God hit me over the head by a 2x4, he does. He says, Molly, you are right where you're supposed to be, but he also has made me understand this. No matter how scared I get in business and in life, it doesn't mean that it's not going to get scary. It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard. It doesn't mean you're not going to ever be anxious. You have got to accept the fact that you are human. And sometimes I want to believe I truly am Superwoman. And that I can do all of this without anxiety. That I can do all of this without tears. That I can do this without stressing over business. That I can just simply say, here, God, here it all is. Here it all is. Just take it. Now, I know I should do that. I know. I'm not real good at it. Do you see why I struggle with doing this on Tuesday mornings? Because I'm always telling God after what my work has been like, what my life has been like in the last week. How in the world, God, would you want me? Would you want me to share with people about you? That you want me to share with people about my life? That you want me to share with people about my frustrations, about what I am experiencing in business, about what I'm going through in life, about what I'm going through in my health, about my mental state with my anxiety? God, I am wretched. I am not the example, God, that you need. You need somebody who has all their crap together, Lord. You don't need me. Because I'm just not getting it right all the time. Hey, Rosie. I am not the one getting it right all the time. So, God, why are you choosing me? Why in the world would you tell me to get out here in the face of people going, oh, well, there she goes again? Or in the face of people saying, wow, Molly even feels that way. And why in the world, God, would you want to use me for that? Because my imperfections are much more apparent than my perfections. And he said, because all I need is for you to be willing, to be honest, to keep getting back up. That when your belief in what is going on does not come back to me, to ask me to help you believe. To keep helping those who have nobody, who will give them a hand up and tell them, do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your business. Do not give up on your marriage. Do not give up on life. So what I noticed this morning is that I realized, hi, Carol, that God has put me here for more reasons than I could comprehend. And to let you know that fear is part of this life. I want to tell you that I am this perfect person who I never fear over anything. Hey, Jean, how are you? I want to tell you that I always believe I make the right decision because I believe in God. Because I know that Jesus died for me. I want to tell you that because of all those things I share with you, that I don't have moments. That I don't have moments that I feel like I'm the worst example in the world. Hi, Mariana. I want to tell you that I get it right no matter how, or I get it better the more I get closer to God. I need you to know this. The more I try to get it right in this life, the more the devil tries to trip me up. The more that I want to be confident and say, God, I know you've got this. God, you have had everything in my life, and somewhere from the worst of things that I've encountered, things that I don't even, when I look back, I say, how did I survive that? When I think of things that I'm going through now and I go, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this? I need you to know I'm still here. So that means that he has provided 100% of the time. That he has found me necessary to be here in front of you to share that you dang right I'm scared. You dang right I don't like the word cancer. You dang right that when my business is not where I want it, that I go, oh, are you kidding me? I need you to know that he loves me in spite of that. And that he understands exactly who I am because he made me. He made this imperfect person who falls down, who fails, who doesn't get it right, who in business loses their title, gets back up, goes after it again, loses somebody on her team, and I keep thinking, was I not enough? And I realize that the devil's got me over here worrying about stuff that I just need to keep going. That it's okay for me to sit here and instead of preaching to you about everything great that you and I, everything right that you and I should be doing, to understand that we are these imperfect people and God gets it. Why in the world do you think he came and he died on the cross? Why do you think that he came down here to save us? Let's be real, y'all. I mean, why in the world? You do get that he shed enough blood to not only cover what we have done, but what he knows we're going to do. That he has enough forgiveness for not just what we have done, who we have hurt, what we have. I mean, and some of the stuff, look, I go back, oh my, I can't believe I did that. I got to tell you something. I'm sure I've hurt him. Molly, I bought you through cancer 3 years ago, and you're going to doubt me now, Molly? You're going to doubt me on a recheck now? I can hear it. I can see him up there like, watch this. Watch this. Look. The devil got into her ear, and she's worried. She's trembling. She's so scared that this is going to happen again. You know what I need to think? It's true. It could happen again. It could happen today. It could happen in 5 years. It could happen in 10 years. It could happen tomorrow. It doesn't matter. But you know what I need to understand? That he is perfectly in control. That there isn't anything that can happen to me that he cannot use. And if he wants me somewhere else, if he wants to take me home, it's okay because he's got a plan. He's got a plan, but he doesn't just have a plan for me, y'all. He's got a plan for you. Fear. Fear will stop us from doing so much. And I'm going to read this to you because I relate to this lady. You all know I have been in the Embraced book by Liza Turkhurst. I love her. She is amazing. And she must have been my mother's daughter that I didn't know about, because the stuff that she has gone through, I have gone through so much of it and still struggle with it. This chapter is called I'm Really Afraid. The verse is Psalm 34:7. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. A few years ago, one of my back teeth started hurting. It wasn't the first time that tooth had given me trouble, and quite honestly, I just didn't want to deal with it. The tooth had been a complete pain, literally. I'd had not one, not two, but 3 crowns done on the same tooth. The first one broke, the second one broke, and though the third one seemed like it would finally work, the tooth started aching again. Ugh! The dentist informed me the only thing to do was to have a root canal. Now I feel her, because I think I've had 8, 9 root canals and crowns in my life. Matter of fact, I am waiting for 2 crowns to come in, because I had 2 root canals on 30 and 31 earlier in the year. So I'm feeling her, right? Because you don't like it, right? I'm okay with the word root, and I'm okay with the word canal. But when you put those 2 words together, a wild fear whips its tentacles around my heart and squeezed the life out of me. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't bring myself to schedule the appointment. I was so scared, so I just dealt with the throbbing pain. For a year, I didn't chew on that side of my mouth. I didn't let cold drinks leak over to that side. And I took ibuprofen when the throbbing got the best of me. A year! Finally, I'd had enough. The pain overrode the fear, and I made an appointment for the dreaded root canal. And you know what? I survived. Let me say that again. This is big. And you know what? I survived. Not only did I survive, but I honestly found the whole root canal ordeal to be no big deal. The fear of it was so much worse than actually having the procedure done. I think fear often plays out that way. Sometimes living in fear of what might be causes more stress and anxiety than actually facing what we fear. Oh, that's so big. I think fear often plays out that way. Sometimes living in fear of what might be, what could be, what I'm pretty sure might be, because that's how we think, causes more stress and anxiety than actually facing what we fear. Is there something you're avoiding because you're afraid? Is it? Psalm 34:7 reminds me, the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. To fear the Lord means to honor him and magnify him in my heart most of all. When I focus on or magnify my fears, they become all I think about. Think about it. When I focus on or magnify my fears, remember I told you I started thinking, well, what if cancer's back in that kidney? Well, what if it's shifted to the other kidney? What when they do the CAT scan today? What if something's in my liver? What's it here? What in the world? I mean, fear can take you to places that when I hear myself saying this, I'm like, Molly, calm down. Stop. Stop, Molly. What are you doing? I am doing exactly what the devil wants me to do. To doubt that because I magnify and love the Lord, that I am going to get through it all, no matter what. So instead, I've learned to focus on God by doing these 3 things. Now listen to this, because this really helped me today, y'all. This really helped me this morning, and I think it's probably going to help me this afternoon. At 1 o'clock, I have the CAT scan, and at 2 o'clock, I go in to meet with my specialist and get the results of the CAT scan. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing these 3 things. I cry out to him with honest prayers. I verbalize to God what I'm afraid of and how paralyzing my fear is. I ask him to help me see if this fear is a warning or an unnecessary worry. And then I ask him to help me know the next step to take. The second thing I do is I open my Bible and look for verses that show me what he wants me to do in that moment of fear. I write down truths from the Bible about fear and then align my next thoughts and actions with God's truth. And then, here's the hard part. I walk in the assurance that I am fearing or honoring the Lord, as Psalms 34:7 tells me to. Therefore, I know with certainty an angel of the Lord is encamped around me, and God will deliver me. I like this promise so much. It comforts me, it reassures me, and it challenges me to really live like I know it's true. I still don't get it right sometimes. But when I come back to him, he shows me. What's a fear you can face today? Think of an everyday fear holding you back. Is there a fear of confronting an issue with a friend? Is there a fear of stepping out in obedience to something God's calling you to do? Remember what I said earlier? I don't feel like I am cut out for the position, God, to lead anybody on this journey of my moments with you. Or I don't feel like I am somebody who should be leading people in business because I get it wrong so much. Is there a fear of a medical diagnosis you just received? Oh, this can be huge. Because anything medical can mess with your head. It can mess with you big time. They have made us so scared of the big C, right? And I do believe the big C is absolutely from the devil. But when you know Jesus, he never wins. No matter what. Even in death, he doesn't win. Mm. What's a fear that you can face today? Oh, if I were there, I would totally hold your hand. Better yet, though, God is with you. And he's holding you. And when you know he is with you and his angels are encamped around you, you can face your fears. I mean, I just kind of feel like I went to church just reading it again. Seriously. It's like my third time reading it. Third. And every time I get a little bit more out of it. When you know him, he will encompass you. He will encamp you with angels around you. And I believe sometimes those angels are our people. When I was going through the worst of times, not even knowing first if what I had was cancer, God gave me you. All of you. All of you who walked that journey with me, because it was 6 months before I could get in for surgery because it was during the pandemic. I was a mess on a lot of days. And about the time that I thought I was going to lose just my stuff completely, I would get a card in the mail. I would get a text. I would get a gift in the mail. My husband would come through with just the right words or the right verse or the right podcast for me. My family would check up on me. My Avon family. I mean, I got to tell you, It was huge. When you have to live with not even knowing. I mean, they kept saying this is presenting as cancer, but we won't know till we get in there. And it was. And that pain in my side that sent me to the emergency room, that fatty mass, whatever they want to call it, he couldn't find it when he went in because he was going to remove it if he could find it. I need you to know that fatty mass is still there. I found it once the healing and the swelling and all that went down. And right now, on most days, I use that fatty mass to remind me of exactly what God did for me. To remind me, even today, I woke up and I took a shower and here I am. And sometimes it bothers me, it'll hit a nerve, and some days it won't be so bad. And today, for some reason, it was different. It was, Molly, this is a reminder of what he did for you. God put me in the right hospital with the right doctors, with the right finance department. God made sure all the bills were paid for a surgery that I had no insurance at the time. My angels showed up. He didn't show up right away. Let me be clear. So if you, oh, Molly, this is so great that this showed up. Remember, this was 6 months. I need you to know. From start to finish, God was working it out. He encompassed me. And many times, I didn't just cry, I shouted, God, help me with my unbelief. I remember my brother Jason telling me that. I said, I want to believe that God's going to heal me. I want to believe this is going to be okay. I want to believe the bills are going to be paid, Jason. I want to believe. And he said, then Molly, ask God to help you with your unbelief. Because he knows that this human child right here needed to do that over and over and over again. So today, that's what I'm claiming. No matter what, God has got this. And I thought it was unusual that here I am on the 18th of July, my mom's birthday. The 18th of July, my recheck for my kidney. And the 18th of July, that I'm supposed to have my Molly's Moments with Jesus, with you all. And I almost didn't do it because my fear almost stopped me because I didn't want to share what I was really feeling. That I didn't want to confess to you that I have been a basket case of anxiety for days now, knowing this was coming, knowing that I couldn't hide from it, knowing that I don't know what the answer is going to be. But do you know who does? God knows. God knows exactly what the answer is going to be. He also knows no matter what it is, He's going to get me through it. And if I know Him, He's going to use this like He's continued to use this my entire 60 years. Every bad circumstance I have ever been in my life, and that I have been brave enough to share with you when others thought I was crazy. Sometimes I'm realizing the bad experiences and shares have nothing to do with me. They have to do with you who are listening. For you who happen to scroll, for you who are finding me on YouTube, for you who need to know that there are things like this going on that you can't control, and that he is there, and that my pain during that time was unavoidable for all these instances in my life: losing my mom, problems with my family, my boys, my divorce, so much that has happened in my life that I've shared. And what was it for me? Well, in essence, it made me stronger eventually, but in essence, it made me a type of mouthpiece for God to say, look, y'all, I've gotten through this. I've gotten through this. I continue to get through things. I am no one special. Do you not understand? I have all those same feelings that you have. I was angry at God. I was pissed at him, to be real. My mom's not here for me to celebrate her birthday, but do you know what kind of strength that built in me eventually when I got over the anger and the sadness and realized that despite not having a mama from 16 years old and on, that I could still be used to help you by sharing my pain, by sharing my anxiety, by sharing my fear, and by sharing the many times that I have failed. Business, I share it all the time. Y'all know it. I don't present myself to be somebody I am. Do you realize that every time Avon's given me an award, the top 3 awards in Avon, every time they've done that, I have said, how in the world could they have picked me? I am nothing big in this company. I am the person who consistently, man, I feel like I'm a roller coaster, right? But God said, I can even use a roller coaster, even when it appears it's going off the tracks. I can use it if you let me, Molly. So I came on today anyways. Because although I'm getting ready to go down a big hill. It's happening. I know it is. It's happening today. I know that it's going to be okay because I know him. If you know him, it can be okay. Choose him over fear. And when it feels like you can't, man, call out to him. Tell him to show you. Maybe he'll send an angel, somebody here. Maybe he'll send you a verse. Maybe he'll send you something that's scrolling in Facebook or Instagram. But he's going to let you know he's there if you let him be there. No matter how little you think it is. No matter how huge it is. If you, what's Gwenda say? Gwenda says, I want to share that the 4 cancer spots my husband has are small. His heart doctor confirmed that. I know God had this when he first found out in May. And when he found out in May or June of 2012 that he had prostate cancer, the news was more devastating and scary. Then that's where my faith and walk with God is much different now. God has him and us, our church family. I also claimed it will continue to do so. Absolutely, Gwenda. I need to tell you, there are many times I've given up on God. Sadly and embarrassing for me to tell you that. Many times I've walked away, and yet he's still here trying to use me. I don't know very many people who know how to love like that. Matter of fact, I don't know anybody who loves like that. I'm trying to learn how to love like that. I am through it all. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be more like him. But he never wavers. He's always there. And I know many of you, you feel like you're missing something, but you don't want to believe this God thing. You don't want to believe this Jesus thing. But somehow or other, I keep showing up in your feed to tell you about him and all he's done for me, which sometimes means not escaping the bad, but making it through. I'm still here, I'm still above ground. So he's using it if I let him. And I'm choosing to let him. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for giving me the strength and the bravery to get on here today, even through the anxiety and the fear, and being able to share this because it is a real thing for so many people, including myself. Lord, I pray for every prayer request that's been put on here that I haven't even seen yet. God, I thank you for every answer to every prayer request that I haven't even seen yet. God, thank you for making sure that I got off the fence of what I believe and knowing that you are there for me. God, if there's anybody here who needs to know you, who needs to meet you personally, and they don't know how, God, please have them reach out. Let them know that there are people there who can help show them the way. And God, for all of our people who are dealing with cancer and sickness and divorce and job problems and finance problems, and we have all been there in one way or another, God, let them know that you are there. Encompass them with angels and let them know, Lord, that you will see them through it no matter what it is. That doesn't always mean taking it away, but it certainly means that if we hold on to your hand, that you will get us through it. We thank you, God. We praise you, God. And we give you all the glory, Lord. In Jesus' name. So go forth today, y'all. Go forth today. Make it a good day. And if you have fear, if you have anxiety, first of all, you're not alone. Man, you're not alone. I'm here with you. We can get through this with God, but we can get through this. I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care, y'all.